Hello, babies.
Oh, we can't hear her.
Well, just give it a second, Ray. Jesus.
She was talking. Her lips are moving. I can see her lips moving.
Hey guys,
Hey, what up?
I typed in the link and it worked just fine this way. So
There you go.
No, Richard's been complaining about your diva antics that you've been requesting stuff all day.
I will not call my. Yeah, that's true. Bill is in the waiting room. He's our third member.
Okay.
Was he with us when you were with us
Yes.
before?
Yeah, he was drunk.
He's an asshole. Should we let him in or not?
Yeah.
I listen, I had a couple of these. I'm prepared to talk to all you.
We all have had a couple of those today.
Let
There you
them
go.
on in.
I was gonna ask if Coors was on a sponsorship label because you had that thing right front and center.
I'll hide the logo. No sponsorship.
Okay. Yeah. No, definitely not with us. We'll get in trouble with Bud.
Yeah.
I'll hide it. Normally a Budweiser girl, but slim
Yeah.
pickings right now. So
Okay. Here comes the living ashtray himself. We'll just let him in here.
How old do you think he is when you see him right off the cups?
okay, I'll let you know. Hold on. I click on him and get a reveal.
Right off the bat. Just give
My
us
honest answer, not me.
No,
Okay.
Does it start with a 4 or a 5?
Bill, say something so you show up on my big screen.
Bill, talk, you fucking idiot.
52. Well, he's small. I have bad eyes. He's not talking, so I had to make a guess based on the little image.
Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show. This is our conversation with Amanda Vance. Welcome to the show. Bill, thanks for joining.
Can you not hear? Did you know
you
his
with
hearing
us?
aids in?
Actually, yeah. Oh, yeah, I told you we shouldn't let him in.
That's fine. Just keep talking.
You gotta
He'll
upload it.
just-
All right.
He's old. Leave him alone.
He'll join. Okay, let's start the show. With us is our recurring guest, second recurring guest.
Finally.
You almost got the first recurring guest, Amanda Vance, the #1 female handicapper in sports betting. AmandaPicks.com. Obviously very popular on Instagram as well, Twitter, TikTok. Do you have an OnlyFans going up yet, or is that in the future?
No, I don't have one. Never plan on having one, but I have thought to myself, if I'm like, hey, I'll lose a bet, I'll show you a picture of my feet or something. I think I'd make millions of dollars.
You would make
Pussy sells.
If all else fails, actually feet sell. Most of my DMs, if
I'm not paying you to see your feet.
No. I'm interested in this. So what's the weird
Thankfully.
fetish that comes over your DM?
Yeah.
Really, now that I've transitioned into the sports thing like full time, it's been a few years. I rarely get creeps that are straight up like it's always sports related. But if I get any, like I posted a selfie the other day and somebody was like, your feet don't match the rest of your body. And I looked at the rest of the messages and it's all about my feet. I'm like,
You got
Oh.
Shaq feet?
it's like who's looking at that? But people do, and there are big feet people out there. So
Feet are
that's
fucking
something
gross.
yeah, and I don't care. I'm a dancer. I'll get pedicures, but not often. So there are creepy people out there. I've gotten
You've turned
DMs.
some people off with your whack dance feet.
People are like, can I have how much for your worn pair of socks? And I'm
Oh, God.
Hey, I've been trying to tell my old lady to sell her used underwear. I just need a side hustle now that the Tinder Army's gone. So I mean, if I can whore out her used underwear, man, I'll be all over it.
Yeah. Well, that's Bill. We would like to talk to Amanda. So I have to.
Do you want me to call her? She's probably downstairs.
Yeah. No, bring her up. Do you need a drink? So you #1 handicapper. How do you is that just you saying that? How is that quantified? And why did you stick with just female? Why don't you just go for the whole thing? The #1 handicapper on the internet in today's sports world.
This is a good question. Well, my mom tells me I'm the #1 woman's handicapper.
We're
That's
also
Bill
the
what his
self-
mom
we're-
tells.
We're also the self-proclaimed #1 show on iTunes. So I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Aside from that, though, I really will say I haven't found a woman with a bigger following and more, with their forte being around sports gambling, like that's larger than mine. And I obviously there are people who work for these big brands, but I get them. I only know these people exist because I get messages every day saying that I'm better than these people. So I call myself it because I really do believe I got into it at the right time. And I've got to a point where I think and you ask why I say woman, because Vegas save, like there are big names, men, I'm all about equality. I don't care if you're a man or you're a woman. That's why I'm saying, like, I really think right now, as far as the chicks go, I think I'm the biggest in the industry. And we can all say, if I say biggest in the world, then you're going to look at it and you're like, all right, that's bullshit. Because you can name some off the top of your head that are bigger than me. But as far as females go, I think that I've kind of earned the
Yeah, no, I think
You better hope you don't age like a banana. I'll just say that.
No, you better hope your picks don't age, because that actually, what you said is true in terms of the numbers and what you're doing. If you just, I kind of did some slight research, and there's not a whole lot of people out there that are doing it. So we'll give you that one.
Everybody's trying to do it now. So I actually put that in my bio because now everybody and their mother is trying to do sports gambling. I don't want to drop any names, but I will just say Nicki Minaj just invested into a sports book, and these people, and they are not known for sports gambling. They just have money and a following people are trying to take advantage of. As far as somebody who's knowledgeable, that's kind of why I did that, because everybody now is trying to be a handicapper because they see it's going like this, and they see it's a good industry to get involved with.
Yeah, and that industry is just skyrocketing too, with all of it becoming legal. So, all right, so tell us a little bit more for our listeners, and we have pretty much everyone gambles who listens to the show, I'm pretty sure. So anyone who might not know you, just tell us a little bit about your story. So now you have amandapicks.com. You were with some other, entities before that. So just tell us a little bit about where to find you, what to do when they do find you, and then we'll get to the hard hitting stuff. But
Cool.
The floor is yours for right now.
Well, yeah, I'm amandapicks.com. My Instagram is amandacaseyvance.com. I'm real, authentic. I claim my losses, I own my wins, and I will brag if I win. And I'm a huge Steelers fan. So if you hate Pittsburgh, don't follow me.
That's true. You do brag.
There's the unfollow button there, Richard, on our Instagram.
Well, I had to tell myself not to mute her as soon as you said Pittsburgh, but okay, let's do some questions. Let's do some sports bet questions. Then we have some other ones. Ray, go ahead.
So Amanda, you've been like on a heater as of late. I mean, every day it seems like you're like picks, and it's multiple picks. How long does that take for research for you? Like, are you just picking certain games? Like it's MLB. Like last time we talked to you, it was mostly NFL. Now it's MLB, NHL, NBA.
MLB is the easiest thing to bet on.
So agree with you there, Bill. Basically, I ride trends. So I will, now I'd say my biggest 4 sports are, and this includes NCAA with football and basketball, but football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. Obviously, I like to do some other things too, because it's fun on a Saturday night. You got to bet some MMA, and there's F1 in Miami. Like, I got to get in on it. I'm trying to stay relevant with what people are interested in. But as far as time, it depends, because I find it changes. I find certain trends with teams. The Florida Panthers, for example, were a team I rode over with a lot. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a team that covers the spread a lot. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Canucks, those are teams that were underdogs at home a lot, and I would take them +1.5. So I find trends with certain teams, and that's why some people are like, why the fuck are you betting the Pirates again? And I'm like, well, because I follow them, and I don't know, trust me, I fade them more than I take them, but I follow certain teams, and it's kind of like, what's going to happen when you're watching every game and you're paying attention to it. So I'd say it takes me maybe 30 minutes to an hour, because I only give out 3 to 5 picks a day. I won't sit there and
35.
3 to 5, you idiot.
Oh, I thought you
Jesus.
said 35. I was like, holy shit.
No.
Dumb down, boy.
5. So I'll take things I feel confident in, teams I follow. When I look at the board, immediately I look for things I feel good about. Right now, obviously, slim picking with now the Oilers and the Avalanche are out of it. The other day when the Oilers lost, I think I was more mad about the fact that I can't bet them for the next few games, because now there's going to be like a day off from NHL. I'm like, fuck, because I read NHL very well. And now I'm like, I hate NBA. So now I'm like, all right, I have to do it tonight because I don't want to give out 3 MLB. So I'd say 30 minutes to an hour every day. But that's because I follow series. I was up till watching the Giants game last night until like 1:30 in the morning. So I watch these teams every day. So I kind of know going into the next day what I'm going to take. It's not that I don't do research. It's like I see who's pitching. I understand what's going on. So that's why.
I was gonna say, Bill, you said baseball is the easiest to bet on, but like Amanda just said, she had to stay up till 1:30 to watch the Giants, and that's West Coast. I can't stay up till whatever it is when the Red Sox end their
You think
game.
I watch it? No, you just bet on it. You go to sleep and hope you win when you wake
Well,
up.
that's why you're not a professional, and Amanda is, because she's actually.
Well, I have a
watching the game.
job I have to get up to in the morning, so I'm not staying up till 1:30 in the fucking morning watching some meaningless baseball game. I'm sorry.
I get a lot of messages. People are like, all right, I'm going to sleep now. It looks good. We'll see you in the morning. And then in the morning is when I get all my betting slips and people congratulating me because most people don't stay awake for it.
No, baseball. I would. Although baseball seems like a sport, like Bill said, maybe you don't have to. Because there are, if you're a trend person, baseball is so numerical. Like you can kind of look at the box score
Like
day
Rain
after
Man.
day after day. They play.
Well,
every
Red
single
Sox,
fucking
just
day.
like the Sox last year, they hit the money line like 70% of the time. Like if you bet the money line, you were winning on the Sox, and they had a, say what you want, the mediocre year in my terms. I mean, I know they went to the ALCS, but their regular season, bet the money line on the Sox.
Do you think volume plays into it, Amanda? So you said like you follow certain teams. If you're staying with that certain team, majority of the time, and you're placing a bet, if it's baseball every day or every other day or, so on, the volume will catch up with you if you follow that pattern.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy the fact that like I said, now I'm struggling. Well, not struggling, but now I'm like, I'm making sure that I pick winners always. But right now, with there not being any NHL on, I'm like, fuck, I missed the days. I took them for granted when there's 20 NHL games on, there's baseball, there's a full slate of NBA. So I love the fact that they play all the time. I think that helps me. And it's easier to definitely read trends. Like NFL, it's like any freaking week, anything can happen.
Are you charging for this shit? Like I have to go on your website, pay you to give me picks?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
so it's like
That's
an
how people
OnlyFans,
get
but
paid.
for betting.
I did it for free for years. I did it for free for years, to the point where so many people were actually messaging me, be like, listen, I found all this money. Can I send you money? And I was like,
I don't believe that. I would never pay my bookie money.
I've never let anybody
10%.
for anything.
10% lick my nuts, so you getting shit.
You know what? I got to sell to make my own living. So
wait, yeah. And Amanda, actually, speaking of selling, you really didn't sell AmandaPicks.com. We'll give you some time at the end too, but this is your new baby here, right? We want to push the people. That's where you need to go. That's where you need to find the picks. How many picks are you giving on AmandaPicks.com that you're not giving via Instagram or your main platforms?
Yeah, well, so I don't give anything really for free anymore. I'll give free picks occasionally. And why I'll do that is because sometimes I'll just love something so much and kick myself later in the day for not taking it. And then I'll have a couple of beers and I'll be like, fuck, I want the extra pressure. I'm like John Anthony in Two for the Money. Like I love the pressure of having more on my plate. So sometimes, but I have to do it responsibly now that people are paying. So I will give it out for free. And all of my free, like I think I've given out 5 free bets since I've started, and they've all hit. And in a way, it's good advertising and good marketing. People are like, all right. So many people write to me like, thanks for the free pick. It hit. Thanks. Send me their slip. I'm like, all right, great. Now buy my picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
Suck them in.
do you do future bets at all?
Yeah. I've the only futures I've done so far, haven't gone into it with NFL yet, but I've done NHL. I took the Lightning to win the series against the Panthers, and I did take the Lightning to win the series against the Rangers. So
all right, gotcha. I just didn't know if you did future picks, because I like that. That's where
Yeah.
you can make a ton of cash if you.
I like people to win, so part of me is like, I want to give out more futures, but
Yeah.
I want people to win, and people don't forget when they take those, because I mean, people are crazy. Like they'll remind me like of after the Rangers won 2 in a row, the amount of messages. Do you think the Rangers the Lightning can still do it? I'm like, geez, like fucking chill.
Need some instant gratification. The bet's in, man. Just ride it out. The only future bet Ray's made was he bought a stock in McDonald's, and he's been pumping that thing for the last 20 years. So
look at them titties.
Thank you.
Can I actually? So on a Saturday night, you mentioned F1, you mentioned some other. let's do some lightning round questions. Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
The most obscure sport that you've ever laid some money on.
For me, baseball, because I told myself I would never watch baseball in my
American
life.
baseball, but like Korean baseball or some Mexican
Yeah,
baseball,
Japanese.
where they don't keep score. They just like
Oh,
go
no,
out there and whoever
MLB.
comes out alive.
2020, you could bet on Korean baseball when there's no sports. Oof,
Yeah.
that was the
Yep.
best.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. So just baseball is it?
No, I've done F1. I'm not too big into the horse racing. Like I said, I like to give winners, but F1 for me was definitely huge. It was in Miami. I went, so I gave out, Charles Leclerc because I have some friends big into Ferrari and I went. So I just wanted to kind of, do it for the people, and
Humble
he
brag.
came in second, so I wasn't far off. But yeah, I'd say for me, that was the most out of my realm. I really can't tell you much about the sport yet. I'm always trying to learn, but for me, that
I
was
can't tell you shit
definitely.
about F1, so that's
We
as
just drive cars.
obscure as it gets for me.
Vroom, vroom.
Okay, your biggest loss and your biggest win, numerically, money wise.
Yeah.
What's coming?
My biggest win, I was actually on a flight from Florida to Columbus, and I put out 6 bets that day. And I just told you I do 3 to 5. So 6 for me was like, I was feeling it. I don't know. I woke up feeling dangerous. I hate Baker Mayfield, but I did. And so I put out 6. I got on the flight. Everything looked decent. I was actually losing a couple. I got off the flight and I won all 6. And for me, like, I had people writing to me like what inside information do you have? So that was definitely my best. And then my worst loss, I'd have to say, like, the first week I started selling my picks. I think I had 3 winning nights and 4 losing nights, but it was to the point where the winnings weren't sweeps. It was hard on me. Selling my picks, it just got in my head a little bit. It was kind of like when John Anthony became John Anthony. I always refer to that movie because I literally feel like that's my life. It was really hard, and I was super in my head, and it was to the point where the first time I swept after that to get out of it and then started winning was when I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to have no future. I'm going to have no job. Nobody's going to trust me. So I'm going to put whatever the fuck I want. And then that's when I started winning. But my first week of selling, biggest losses, it was so bad.
Who's the Al Pacino in your 2 for the Money life that you're living right now?
Yeah, where's your Stu Feynman?
Yeah.
Come on, where's your Stu?
Inside of me. I'm my own.
You're playing both roles. You're
yeah.
Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. This
But
bitch.
I do see it. I will like play it in my head too. Like I'll play both sides of it. I'm like, fucking, you need
You
to
should
win.
see a
All right, so I'm
therapist.
gonna flip
You
a
get out of
coin.
that mold. You need to see a therapist.
Man, we like
You
you.
need
We
to-
want you to die young.
Go
This is
talk
not
to
a-
somebody.
This is not
You're-
a game. You need
You're
an
bad
outlet.
shit.
We were just talking over. Sorry, Bill. You probably said something stupid. Okay.
Usually.
I have actually a good gambling question. Okay. So
Okay.
you just said you looked at a board, or you look at a board and you're feeling dangerous one day. You got 6 bets. You want to lay it down. What is a scenario that pops out to you that's like, okay, can't miss? Like, what's a perfect scenario, whether it be a parlay or just or 3 or 4 in a day, or a specific scenario in a sport? Like, what's one where when it pops up, it's like, oh, this is it, can't miss this one, this is one I got to go with?
Okay, I didn't understand the question until you just described it, and I'm going to give you what comes to my mind when I see a low under that's uncomfortable, and the first thing I want to do is take the over. I always go under. So that's like for me, last night's game with the Lightning Rangers, 5.5. I'm like, fuck. The first game they scored. I took the over in the first game because knowing those 2, offenses, I wasn't thinking about their damn goalies. And then like college basketball or basketball in general, I'll look at the board, see the smallest under, and I'm like, fuck it. This makes me uncomfortable. I can't watch the game, but I'm going to go under.
Yeah, because college basketball is a good one to go at the under because they can't fucking shoot. So if everybody else thinks that they suck enough to only combine for 49 points, take 39, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, last one for me, and then I'll throw it over to Ray. And this is just, you might have to take this one seriously now because people are paying you. Is gambling addiction real, or is it fake? Like sex addiction or alcoholism?
Sex addiction's made up. Come on. Seriously?
She's got sponsors and shit. She's got to handle this one.
No, well, I'll be honest. I do think it's a little different if we're talking sex, because people can look at their bank account. They can see how down bad they are. They will stop at a certain point. Like sex, or like, I don't fucking care unless you got like, some other problems.
Some
There's a
sex
Tinder
addicts
whore
target-
army for a
that-
reason.
That bank account can be
Yeah.
That
You
can,
know-
yeah, that can be drawn out very fast.
I did have like one client write to me like week 2,
Yes,
and he
it
was
does.
like, I don't know what to do. I have a problem. Like, so I like wrote to like, the people that handle my website. I'm like, let's generously send him his money back and then cut him off. It can be real. Like, I don't know. I do it for me. It's more of like for a lot of people, I think it's like more of a hobby. Like, and that's why sometimes I try not to feel bad for people who lose, even if it's through my picks. I'm like, if you have the money to put into it and you're doing it, like, you're broke. If you care about freaking $5 on each game, people who are putting way more than that, like, that's kind of your own fault and you have it in the first place. Yes, people are addicts. That's why we always advertise 1-800-GAMBLER for anybody with issues. But obviously I try to think positively and, know that anybody doing it can do it and can afford it. And that's why they do it.
Good answer. That was a hard-hitting question.
That was the hardest one. Yeah. So last year, Najee Harris was the talk of the town for you. You were talking about him before the draft. You say the Steelers are going to get him. After the draft, you're tooting his horn, rookie of the year. I haven't heard much about Kenny Pickett from you this year. Is it because of his small hands? Are you against people with small hands? Is that why you're not talking about him?
Why I'm not talking about Kenny as much is because I don't know if he's going to be our quarterback. Obviously, we have Mitch Trubisky in the mix.
Mitch Trubisky.
He becomes
Oh, sorry.
James Conner.
Sorry.
As much as you gentlemen wouldn't believe, I didn't think a quarterback was our problem last year. I didn't think a quarterback was our problem the last couple of years. James Conner was our problem. So getting a running back was obviously, I put out this year as a bet, take the Steelers. I think it was like plus 110 to draft a quarterback first round. I figured they would just to play it safe. I just don't know if Kenny is our quarterback yet. And a lot of the running backs that come out of the draft early on end up being studs, especially a guy like Najee Harris, especially looking at Alabama's history with literally everybody that goes into the NFL. So that's why I was so high on Najee, because I knew he wouldn't freaking embarrass us. Which, by the way, I did see today he might not play as much next year. I don't know what that means. I think they're trying to give.
Because he's not as good as you think he is.
No,
That's
I think
why.
we're trying not to hurt him because he's our damn future. But as far as Kenny Pickett, I just don't know if he's gonna even start this year. So I'm happy we got him. I love a guy that's gonna go into a familiar atmosphere. I love that. I already played at Pitt. Small hands. Joe Burrow also had small hands. And look,
Top 5 quarterback in the NFL, Joe Burrow. Put some
Well, you
respect
know
on
what
his
they
name.
say about a guy with small hands.
I'm not mad about
Or
it.
small
I'm happy
gloves.
we got Kenny. I was thrilled. I was shocked. I thought we might have went with Willis, but I'm really glad we tried trading up for Kenny. So that I'm so glad we didn't waste that. But we tried trading up for Kenny even, so we knew we wanted him. So we'll see what happens.
Is there a I don't, it's not track record, but I want to say how about example of a college quarterback that stayed around their college team to play professionally and had success?
I
don't
don't
think there
know
is
the
one.
answer to that. I just know that we passed
I
up
don't
on Dan Marino from Pitt, and then look what happened to him. So I was like, I don't want that to happen again.
Never won a Super Bowl. Got there once, never won
Right.
back.
Yeah, so I think you made out in that deal.
No, I just the Kenny Pickett thing. Who knows? Like that, Ray just likes busting balls.
It's such a forgettable name too.
No, what are you talking?
I
Kenny
just
Pickett's like the
Kenny?
best football name
Kenny
ever.
Powers, come on, Kenny Powers,
Kenny
You look like
Pickett.
Kenny Powers, you fat bitch. Sorry,
I
wait a
can
minute.
see the memes now when he throws a pick six, and that's the one thing before we got him. I knew. I
Penny
didn't
pick
want it.
6. I like it.
I just
Oh.
saying.
Print
I
the
know
t-shirts.
it's gonna be
Print the
a
Penny
t-shirts.
pick 6. It's coming. It's coming. You guys are
Not-
still, quarterback's not your problem. You just had Big Ben, top 27 quarterback in the league, at the bottom end of that ranking. Come on. You had a real
Here's
quarterback.
my
there. You
panel
might have
question. Here's my panel question. Bill hasn't heard it yet because 3 of us have read the email, not including Bill.
won. No, I didn't read these questions.
is
I didn't even
Big-
know we
is-
had a guest until I got on.
Is Big Ben the greatest fat athlete of all time? Go
Nope.
across the sports.
Nope.
Give me some examples if you've thought of any.
Phil
I just-
Kessel.
Well, I just
No.
I just want to give Amanda a little due here. Big Ben was a good quarterback to great quarterback, Super Bowl winning. Say what you want about those teams, but he was an elite quarterback in his prime. Certainly has dropped off over the past several years. I will tell you that quarterback was a problem for you the last couple of years,
Yeah.
Big problem.
especially last year. But in terms of fat athletes, he's got to be up there. He's in the Hall of Fame of fatties.
I like John Daly.
John
don't
Daly's a
know.
good one. John Daly's a good one.
I will think like Zion. Zion hasn't proved himself.
Oh, get out with that Zion shit. That's
maybe
a different
maybe
kind
the
of fat.
biggest bust in NBA history. at
What
this
kind
point.
of fat is he?
Well, that's why I'm saying I can't
Bust
say him
fat,
because he
that's
hasn't
what it
proven
is.
himself to be like a legend yet. But thank you, because if we're talking like legends, like people who have outdone themselves that are just a little heavier, you guys are all admitting that Big Ben is he's done his job.
Rich said that. I didn't
I
say
thought
that.
you were about to
Big
say
Ben's
you guys
Big
are
Ben's
all
a Hall of
fat.
Fame
I did too.
quarterback.
I thought that's what you was gonna say. I thought
Hey,
you were
I'll
gonna go down that
I was
line.
gonna
I'll give
end it.
Ben
I was gonna
respect.
end
He's
the
a
whole
Hall of Fame
show.
quarterback. Hall of Fame quarterback. I'll give him respect.
Well, you guys
Yeah, I
are all
know.
fat. You
He's
should
a-
Same
know.
amount of rapes as Super Bowls. Congratulations, Ben.
Oh, good segue. Okay.
He did read the email.
Wait,
oh,
no,
wait,
that was
Ray,
in
is this
there?
you? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I see that you have a boyfriend now. Congratulations. But
Thank you.
you go from Miami to Cincinnati or Columbus. Woof. Have you maybe trying to persuade him to move down to Miami or South Florida?
Yeah, we're hoping we come to. So I'm always traveling anyway, so being up here during football season is super beneficial for me because everything's like a quick drive away. All the major cities, especially in the AFC North. But yeah, eventually I plan on living in Florida. My dad's a Buckeye though, and obviously everybody up here is totally in my jam as far as sports team goes. So I'm happy to be here and there, and it's a nice change for the summer. It's actually probably nicer here.
Follow-up question.
What's the worst?
When you guys do, hold on,
you just
hold
tried
on.
to talk
was a
yourself into
force.
living in
That
fucking
was
Cincinnati.
really forcing that
Like,
one
tell
in
me
there.
how you really feel.
South Florida
Sucks.
over
Sorry, I'm
Cincinnati.
choking. You made me
Everyone's
choke on my
taking
own
that.
beer.
I have a follow-up question. When it's bedroom time with you and your boyfriend, do you tell him to put Joe Burrow jerseys on just to set the mood right?
I will say I didn't we kind of started dating like halfway through the season. I was like, I feel bad saying this, but like you're kind of keeping me relevant. Like you guys are good, so this is working out for me.
Yeah.
How about Deshaun Watson jerseys?
The
Are those around?
BGE that's working
my
out for you.
God, I'm getting excited on Deshaun.
So, any opinion, any striking opinion? $230 million to your rival, guaranteed for what is now snowballing as just a full-on sexual predator.
It's
You want
so
to want to gloat a little bit on the
So
old Browns there?
Cleveland. It's so Cleveland. Like if anybody's gonna finally find their quarterback, which I thought they really believed in Baker, and then that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen in Cleveland. So I think it's ironic, but
Baker's what Kenny Pickett hopes he could be.
no, I say Joe Burrow is what the Browns hoped Baker would be.
All right, Ray, let's end it off with some Celtics talk. We are in the NBA Finals. We are a Boston sports blog and podcast, and Amanda is a handicapper here, and it is the NBA Finals. Raymond, go ahead.
Game 3 tonight. What do you got?
Well, I can't tell ya.
This is where you say go to AmandaPicks.com.
Yes,
Yeah.
go to AmandaPicks.com, and I did take an over/under. I didn't take a money line picks though.
Did you
I'll
take
bet.
the over? Did you take the over?
I don't know. The over hasn't been groovy, but I don't know. I'm like, I
So
hate
this is going to
This
air
just come out
Friday.
tomorrow or Friday. Who gives a
Yeah,
shit?
took the over 212 and a half. I hate watching games and rooting for no baskets or no goals, so I had to take the over. That's just me.
Smart.
212 and a half.
Was
Easy.
it 108-88 last game?
Yeah, and there's
It was
no way the
not
Celtics are going to
close.
score 88. They're going to
But
score
that's
way
the
over.
NBA. It's like it's so hard to read.
Whoa,
Oh,
the
okay.
extender.
Yeah,
is
Scott
in
Foster.
tonight.
Scott Foster, baby. Celtics all day.
I think 120 to 108 game one.
You better
is
go
more.
bet the Celtics. Scott
is
Foster in 13-0 with him as ref.
That's a fake. That's fake.
That's fake. It's 6-2.
Anyway, so you'll be rooting for some Boston baskets.
I'll root for the Celtics. That's fine with me.
Yeah, no, the
Yeah,
rooting for
I'll
Boston
root for-
teams doesn't
I'll root
make.
for Boston.
There's no
For
regurgitation.
basketball, I don't care. Pittsburgh doesn't have a team, so go Celtics. I'll do that for
So
you.
where do you see
No,
the
no, shut up, right? Let's end on that. Go Celtics. That's what we
Go
got.
Celtics.
Okay. Go Celtics. Yeah.
We still got to go before this game starts. Let's go.
Yeah,
Teddy.
we,
All right.
we have things to do here. Amanda's
You
gonna
better
go.
have me on again.
Absolutely,
problem.
we'll have you on again. We appreciate it. And again, let's do some more practice reps here. Let's give you the floor. let's pump up this AmandaPicks.com. Tell us where we can find it, why we should find it. How much do you want to put your price up there? What does it take to get picks from the number one
You have to-
female sports handicapper?
Tell
in
them
the
you got to
world?
go to the site.
Self-proclaimed.
Tell
Self-proclaimed.
them you got to go to the site and look.
I have daily, weekly, and monthly. I have daily, weekly, and monthly options. You got to go to the site to check out the prices. I think they're super fair because I win every day, mostly. AmandaPicks.com. My Instagram is Amanda Casey Vance. I'm fun. I'm authentic, and go Steelers.
Oh God! You know what?
Can you say go Bengals? Because that'd
We
be
ended the
better.
show. I gave you the platform. Okay, Amanda, thank you so much for
Thanks,
jumping on
guys.
again. It's good talking to you. Always fun. Good luck with the picks, and yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Amanda, thank you.
Again.
Did she do it again?
Yeah, I couldn't get. I didn't even come close. I had it on the screen. I had remove button on the screen.
And she was like, see ya.
And just if anyone's listening, the 1 day pass for Amanda is $24.99. The week pass is $99.99, and the 1 month pass is $249.99. Saved you a click, but that's okay.
Better not age like a banana. That's all I gotta say.
Talking about the picks.
Bill, did you hold on? Bill, did you hear what she said? How old you were?
I couldn't hear anything. I was trying to fuck with my sound.
Perfect.
Okay, you know what, Bill?
This
You
is
have to
the
click on our
Simplified Sports
website
Show.
to find out the
What was
age.
it, 40?
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, kind of.
Marty! You've got to come back with me! Where? Back to the future!
How about now?
No, you sound great.
Thanks, baby. You look great. You got some haircut?
No.
All right. Oh, fuck myself.
I didn't. It was several weeks ago now that I got a haircut, and you have not noticed for 2 weeks. So
Well,
yeah,
that gar
No.
picture you sent looked like you got a trim. That's why I asked.
I got to tell you something. I enjoy while I'm smoking a cigar. I enjoy it. Everything after, I hate.
Yeah, I agree. It sucks.
I hate how my hands smell. I hate
I
how my
hate the
throat
taste.
feels. I hate
Yeah.
in the morning what the whole deal. I hate the slight annoying hangover you get like if you smoke a good cigar.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever looked at Bill and said, wow, this is a man that smokes multiple cigars a week. He looks like shit. He sounds like shit. His life is a trash can. Do I want to go down this route?
Why do you think he smokes multiple cigars a week?
Because he hates his life.
Wait, no, I'm asking, do you think it's actually true that he smokes multiple cigars a week?
I think he does.
Because he said so?
Well, I know.
See, I just don't believe anything
know.
Bill says.
I know. We've gone over this multiple times.
I think he looks like shit because he's 69 or whatever.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, no. Anyway.
Do you think like the DARE program would ever come back and we could bring him in, like be speakers and be like, kids, don't do drugs. This is what your life will end up.
Scared straight situation?
Yeah. Like you go into like, you know how we used to have restriction in school restriction.
Mhm.
You know, those are usually the kids that are like, you know, troubled youth.
Yeah.
Just bring Bill in and be like, hey boys, we're here to talk to you today. You
Yeah.
want to go down this path? This could be you. How old do you think he is, boys and girls? Oh, he's gonna be in his 50s. Nope, lies. 36. You can look like shit if you continue this path.
Questions? Yes, little boy. Hey, mister. You look like shit. That's not a question, bitch tits.
I fucked your mother, bitch.
My mom's dead. I know I killed her.
Click clack.
Hashtag the queen. I'm out.
He doesn't even have to be here. We like know what he'd say.
Yeah.
Like we just know now.
Yeah.
We've been doing this too long.
Yeah. He's fairly predictable, but it always lands.
Always. Just his delivery, his Django Unchained face that he makes when he laughs. Just
Django Unchained.